The video is presented by Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony. Sound source from 15 AI. Restaurant Street, which is normally what we call Restaurant City in general since it is most of our memory game, but currently when it's switching from Flash to HTML5. But many players encountered the lagging problems, so today's video we are going to investigate what are the possible reasons behind this, and understanding how the game basically works. By looking at the graph, we can denote that there are high consumptions for the listeners in JavaScript heap, since if explaining in computer science fields it will be extremely boring. Generally we can see there are delays on each frames before we know what is going on, so let us think about how the game logic works. So basically we are guessing that the game will generate number of customers based on the popularity of our restaurant. For each of the customers, they may be run in the following logics. At first, starting from their pedestrian, they will looking for doors which is veiled for them to go inside your restaurant so no customers can be coming if you blocked all the doors. Following that, they will look for the closest available carrots, many checking such as table there or is the table empty for dishes. The entire processes we don't talk about it here such as cooking, how waiters serving the customers all the way up until they are leaving. So all these processes, we need a bridge that called listeners for combining the game logics and animation rendering such as what are the current state of this customer. Also we need pathfinding algorithm to calculate how customer and waiters walk to their destination. So the things we mentioned above are for each of the customers. It takes large amount of memory and calculations for each of them to perform the actions. So one of the solution is, instead of create all the things again, we add the customers to cash pool when they left our restaurant. That is why sometimes we can see some duplicate looking customers because they are being reused. This cannot solve tons of calculations, but at least it helps for the rendering problem. So in a nutshell, the customers will be generated based on popularity and how many customers inside your resto. So the pathfinding algorithm actually affecting for the performances and memory space as well. There are many types of pathfinding algorithm, we are not going to mention it here. In computer science wordings, the difference between them is time complexity and space complexity in different cases. In simple, they needs different time and different memory usages depends on cases. Basically, they are used for finding optimal solution, such as, what is the shortest pathway for customers goes to the closest doors, chairs, etc. We don't know what pathfinding algorithms used in game, but in this case, algorithms is not the problem making restaurants street lag. It is just one of the factors can be affecting performance. The main reasons why games on the web seldom use Flash anymore. At first, many browsers don't support for Flash since Flash is out of maintained than before and Flash's vulnerability. Second, HTML5 has better capacity than Flash in terms of PAL forms, since now we are most likely stay with mobile phones or pads instead of computers. Of course, HTML5 has its downside. In order to develop the game with HTML5 in a much easier way, we use some engine or frameworks. So one of the possible way to solve lag by yourself is checking your browser's configuration. What are the features that is hardware supported to accelerate the rendering process? We can imagine that the engine or framework are like the vehicles which is optimist for normal uses. Different properties of your browser's core. Computers may have different performance too. It is the similar when you are driving on different situation of the roads. So now we are trying to force the customers must be cash no matter how many of them are in or not in restaurant. We can denote that there are many cash customers in our restaurants, but it not that lag. The downside is there are many duplicated looking of our customers since they were cached. Lag may cause lower earning of credits and gourmet points because the slower process of your game. So what are the difficulties on optimization? At first, large amount of codes logics have to maintain for the developers. This is a time-consuming process. Second, since the game is relying on third-party framework, any notification of engines would be difficult. The ways for solving the problems of the engines is submitting issues or solve it on your own.
你走过的地方只剩下思念的爱，把你藏在心头，每天每夜想你，害怕你的眼泪，没人为你抹去，想象没有了你的未来，你身边那会能让你过得比我更精彩。